So what does yours relentless do on his birthday? My birthday is coming up next Wednesday. My wife calls the week before my birthday week. And I get this question quite a bit from clients and from my members. They say, Michael, what does MJM do on his birthday every year out at the lake? And it's an interesting question because my answer always disappoints and it always underwhelms them. I tell them I stack wins. That's what I do for my birthday, and every other single day of the year, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's Easter, whether I feel good, whether I don't feel good, whether it's my birthday, my anniversary, the weather's nice, the weather's not nice, I stack wins. Michael McLean, brassballsvideos.com. I am an ex-professional hockey coach, ex-amateur team coach and championship team owner, turned 8-figure entrepreneur. Just out at the lake at a new property my wife and I purchased a few months ago. This waterway actually goes from here up in Canada all the way down to South Florida if you ever wanted to boat that, which I do not. I'm more of a jet kind of guy, but that Rito system right there will take you from Canada all the way down to South Florida if you wanted to. Always good to know in case something ever happened to the ability to fly. So you can download a copy of my brand new book, 5 Ways to Unfuck Your Life in the Next 30 Days, below. The link is in the comments, brassballsvideos.com. It's my free gift to you. It's 22 pages. You can download it, print it off. You can study it. You can share it with other people, whatever you want. You send me your email at brassballsvideos.com below. Within 5 minutes, I'll email you a copy of the book, my free gift to you. So I wanted to talk to you today about what I do on my birthday, seeing as I get this question quite often this time of year. It's so interesting because I talk about no days off. I talk about how the more I take no days off, the less I have to work. The more freedom I have, the less days that I take off. I don't keep track of it, but I can't remember a single day in the last 4.5 years that I've taken off. I know I've never missed a day of writing an email. I know I've never ever missed a day of shooting a video or writing an article. I've never ever taken a complete day off. I walk every day. I read every day. I do Operation Money Suck every day. I shoot a video most days. Now I go to the gym most days. So all the things that I consistently do, people are always fascinated. They say, well, you don't ever take a day off. And I say, well, the reason I don't take a day off and I get these wins stacked every day early in the morning during my magic time is then I'm free in the second half of the day to do whatever I want. Whether I want to spend time with my queen, my daughter, play tennis, go golfing, go boating, the more I show up every single day, the more freedom and autonomy I've had. I used to put in, when I was younger, I used to put in 10-hour days, 12-hour days, 14-hour days, and I would do that for 5 days, sometimes 10 days in a row. And then I would take 2 days off or 3 days off for a long weekend. And what I learned from that start and stop lifestyle that's indoctrinated into us in school, 4 days on, 3 days off, 5 days on, 2 days off, that stop and start normie lifestyle, is you just kick the shit out of your momentum. You literally kick the shit out of your momentum when you work, stop. Work, stop. I call it burning it to the ground. And I would take a weekend off. I'd sit around. I wouldn't go for a walk. I wouldn't go to the gym. I wouldn't do any copywriting. I'd have too many drinks. I wouldn't eat the right foods. This kind of stuff. I wouldn't get the right sleep. And then Sunday night, you burned it to the ground and you're starting all over again. And then I'm like, you're work, burn it to the ground. Work, burn it to the ground. Or as my friend Sam Oven says, you take care of the plant for 5-10 days, you fertilize it, you water it, you talk to it, you give it sunlight, you give it everything it needs. And then for 2 or 3 days, you pour gasoline on it. That used to be the way I operated with a stop and start lifestyle. And I remember Grant Cardone saying one time, he said, weekends make you weak. Weekends make you weak. And I wrote that on one of my recipe cards, and I've never forgotten it. I don't care anymore about weekends. I don't care about holidays, vacations. I don't care any of that stuff. I've got a level of personal sovereignty. I've got a level of autonomy. I've got a level of freedom where I get up first every day, 5:59 without an alarm. First up means first place. My wife is still sleeping most days. My daughter is getting up and doing her thing separately. And I get up and I say my gratitude prayer. Win. I go in, I brush my teeth, I splash some cold water on my face, and then I head out to the kitchen and drink 2 glasses of filtered water. Win. And then after that, I go and I put on my shoes and my 20-pound rucking vest, my military weight vest that I use to walk. Win. Then I push the door open and go outside into the early morning sun. Win. And then I walk for 10 minutes. That's my goal, 10 minutes. So I start walking. I walk for 10 minutes outside in nature. No technology, no cell phone, none of that stuff, just solitude, just peace and thinking outside in nature, regardless of what the weather is. Win. When I get to 10 minutes, I'm in second gear. I walk another 10 and another 10 and another 10, and I walk 70 minutes every morning outside. So once I got that 70 minutes in, I'm walking back home. I walk in the house, take off my rucking vest and my shoes, win. And then I go in and I say good morning to my wife, Krista, my daughter, Emery, give them a hug, tell them I love them, win. Then I head into the shower and have a shower and get dressed for the day. And then I take my daughter most days to school or to one of her coaches. And I stop at Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts if I'm in the States. And then I head out to the dock, or I head out to the boat or somewhere where I can be outside. And I sit down with my reading materials, again, no technology. And I open up my book, I put it out the night before, or my newsletter or my magazine, and I study for an hour at least. I enjoy my piping hot coffee, and I study and take notes on those white recipe cards. Win. When that's done, I take a little break, go talk to my wife, and then I grab a glass of water. And then after that, what I do is I do my copywriting, Operation Money Suck, where I sit down and write an email or write an article for the newsletter or a post or whatever it is. That's another win, money sucking activity, copywriting. And then it's after that, I've accomplished my main things, my walking, my reading, and my writing. And by then, I'm like 12-0 with wins. I'm like 15-0. And I've done all these little tiny things. I call it half-day discipline. You don't need to be a robot or a machine that's just so driven and so rule-oriented. If I can win the first hour of the morning, I'm going to win my day. If I can win the first 2 hours of my day, I'm going to absolutely win that morning. And then if I can win just the 3 hours, then that's a 10 out of 10 day. That's literally a 10 out of 10 day. So that's always my goal. My goal is always half-day discipline. Get up and put the shoes on, drink the water, write in the journal, then read, then copyright. And if I can get those 3 things done, I do it in the first 2 to 3 hours of the day, I didn't touch my cell phone, then as a family, my wife's up, she's getting ready, I have the rest of the day if I choose. Some days I like to work a few more hours, but most days I'll just chip away at some stuff in the afternoon. I might return a couple phone calls, I might write another article, I might go golfing, I might go boating, I might have a nap, I might go play some pickleball, I might have a late lunch with my wife. But literally, out of 24 hours a day, I've got 20 hours of freedom. 20 hours of freedom because of my habits and my success ritual. Think about that. That leaves me, 4 hours, and I don't need 4 hours to do my main things. Walking, writing, and reading, that usually doesn't even take me 4, but let's say 4. That leaves me with 20 hours. That leaves me with 20 hours to get 8 hours sleep. That gives me another 16 hours, and then minus the 4 hours. So that gives me 20 hours to get 8 hours sleep, to spend time with my queen, to spend time with my daughter, to rest, to eat properly, to have some time, some downtime. So literally, I only need, because I'm super structured, I only need 3 to 4 hours. And that's why I do it every day. So, when I do it 7 days a week, that's 21 hours or 28 hours, depending upon the week. But you can see when you're super disciplined, I call it magic time, where the first hour, you win the first hour of the day, you win the second hour of the day, you win the third hour of the day, the rest of the day is yours. And the first hour of the day minimum belongs to you. So when you win that magic time and you get that deep work done first thing in the morning when you're at your best, I'm telling you, you have the rest of the day. You have the rest of the day. So that's what I do on my birthday. That's what I do on Thanksgiving. That's what I do on Christmas. And literally by the time my wife and my daughter are ready to start their day or go to school or have breakfast or whatever it is, I'm almost ready for the rest of the day. And that's been so helpful with my marriage, with my relationship with my daughter, with my freedom, my autonomy, and my personal sovereignty. It starts with half-day discipline. Winning the first hour of the day, then winning the second hour of the day, winning the third hour of the day. And if you do that, you're top 1% productivity. You're going to be a top 1% rainmaker, king, champion, whatever you want to call it. That's my tip for the day. Start by winning the first hour of the day. The first hour of the day belongs to you. That's a new rule for you. That's a new badass rule. Start at that. The first hour of the day belongs to you. If you don't have that hour, go to bed an hour earlier and get up an hour, go to bed earlier and get up an hour earlier. I don't give a shit if you got to get up at 5 or 6. The first hour of the day belongs to you. Well, Michael, what should I do that first hour? Do the one thing, listen, do the one thing in the first hour that if you accomplish that, this day has been a success. That could be marketing, that could be a walk, that could be going to the gym, that could be reading, that could be prayer, that could be whatever it is. But decide what's the number one thing that needs your attention, most important, and if you do it, and if you do accomplish this, the day's a success no matter what, that's your one thing for the first hour of the day. And like I said, it could be going to the gym, it could be walking, it could be writing an email, it could be shooting a video, it could be working on a newsletter. What's the one thing that's going to give you the biggest ROI, return on investment of that 1 hour? And at the end of it, you're going to say, today was a win already. In the first hour of the day, first up, first place, first hour belongs to you. and that first hour means first place and that first win. If you're happy with that one thing, that's the thing to work on that day. What's number one today? What's the most valuable one thing I can do today with this first hour of my day? You can download a free copy of my book below, brassballsvideos.com. That is a free book for you, 5 ways to unfuck your life in the next month. If you need to get your shit together like I have many times, this is the book to help you do it. My gift to you. Send me your email. I'll send you a copy of the book by email within 5 minutes. So look into your email box for a copy once you sign up for the book. So that's it for today. Take that to heart. The first hour of the day belongs to you. That's your magic time. That's your deep work. You win that first hour, you'll win the day. 2 words that change my life, 2 words that can change yours. Be relentless.